Hey, what's up, Yorkshire fam? Welcome back to the channel. How are we all doing today? Now, today I've got something a little bit different. I thought it would be fun if we checked out an old episode of The Weakest Link. It's the Doctor Who special, and, you know, any celebrity special quiz, British quiz, it's always hilarious. A Doctor Who special, this from 2007, so I just know that it's going to be the OG cast. You know, your David Tennant, your Billy Piper, your Noel Clarke, maybe John Barrowman, all those, you know, from back then. So yeah, I thought we'd check it out. I can't remember if I watched this when it was out, when it, you know, first broadcast live. I can't remember. I probably did, but if I did, I cannot recall. But I thought it's just something fun to do, and it's a bit of extra content on top of everything else that we do. So yeah, why not? I mean, you're not going to complain about extra content, are you? Plus, it'll be a great opportunity for you guys to see just how stupid I am. Because you bet, I'm going to try and answer the questions, and I'm going to make myself look like a twat. Okay? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good idea. Yeah. Okay. 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 Oh, it's a bit dark. Oh. Okay. Okay? Okay. Let's go.
Here are the 9 celebrities preparing for today's show. Only one of them can win up to £50,000 for a charity of their choice. The others will leave with nothing.
David!
One by one,
Kayleigh!
they're voted off as the
John, Noel, and don't know her name, Rosie's mum.
weakest link.
Intergalactic monsters. I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either, Anne.
Do that again. Well,
Oh my god, it's actually crazy how similar she looks to my grandma a bit back then. That's not a bad thing, by the way. But she just, you know, with those glasses, the hair, my nan had hair like that, kind of that colour and similar to that style. Ooh.
welcome to a special edition of The Weakest Link. The 9 people in the studio tonight are all used to battling intergalactic monsters.
Mm-hmm.
None of them have ever met their match until now.
Well, I'm pretty sure the woman who she was in EastEnders, she met her match because she was killed by a Cyberman.
Anyway, they could win up to £50,000 for charity, but if they want that
I did my duty for Queen and Country.
prize money, they'll have to work as a team. But 8 of them will leave with
I
nothing.
wonder who's going to win.
As round by round, we lose the player voted the weakest.
I hope it's not a setup.
Let's meet the team.
Hi, I'm John Barrowman. I play Captain Jack on Doctor Who, and currently I'm fighting other aliens and monsters in Torchwood. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Noel Clarke. I played the ultimately heroic, surprisingly dashing, and amazingly handsome Mickey Smith.
Oh, Ricky.
Hi, I'm Tracy Ann Oberman. I played the King Yvonne Hartman, head of the Torchwood Institute.
Hello, I'm David. I'm 925 years old, and I come from Gallifrey.
He had to.
as Jake Simmons.
He had to. Oh, yeah. Camille.
Hello, I'm Camille Kajuri, and I play Rose Tyler's mum, Jackie.
Hello, I'm Nick Briggs, and I'm the voice of the Daleks and Cybermen.
Ah, yeah.
Hi, I'm Claire Rushbrook, and I played the scientist.
Why is she in this? She was in one episode. They should have brought, oh. Hold on, let's see.
Scott.
And I am K9, the Doctor's faithful friend.
Right, that's it. Yeah, they shouldn't have had her on. They should have had Bonnie I was about to say Bonnie Tyler. No! Bonnie Tyler! They should have had Billy Piper on. I don't think Catherine Tate would have been in it by now.
Now the rules,
Yeah.
and each round the aim is to answer
Oh, free
enough
Maria
questions correctly to reach your £5,000 target within the time limit. The fastest way is to create a chain of 9 correct answers. Get your question wrong and you break the chain and lose all the money in that chain.
Yep.
But if you say bank before the question is asked. The money's safe. However, you'll start a new chain from scratch.
Yes.
Remember, team, at the end of the round, only money that's been banked can be taken forward. In round 1, there are 3 minutes on the clock. We'll start with the...
Don't pretend in the episode where K9 died that you didn't cry. And when it turned out he was still alive, you went, yay! Because you were likely 9 years old, like I was.
Person whose name is first alphabetically. That's you, Andrew.
Right.
Let's play the weakest link.
Yes!
The first question is for £100. Start the clock. Andrew, in astronomy, the Earth takes 1 year to orbit which celestial body?
Sun.
The sun.
Correct. Camille. In relationships, an instant attraction to another person is usually known as love at first
sight.
Sight.
Correct, Nick. What E is the name of the language in which I am speaking to you?
English.
English.
Correct. Claire. In the acting profession, it is often said that one should never work with children or what?
Animals.
Correct. K9. On treasure maps, which letter of the alphabet traditionally marks the spot?
X.
X.
Correct. John.
I love it.
In sporting physiques, who normally weighs more, a jockey or a sumo wrestler?
Sumo wrestler.
A sumo wrestler.
Correct. Noel. Because of a faulty circuit, the doctor's TARDIS is usually stuck in the form of a telephone box previously used by which of the emergency services?
Police.
The police.
Correct. Tracy Ann. In maths, what is 10 plus 50?
60.
Correct.
Correct.
David, when the Cybermen were revived in 2006, what was their battle cry? Control, Alt,
Delete.
or Delete?
Yeah!
Delete.
Delete.
Correct. Andrew.
Bank.
Hey! Well done.
Okay.
Okay.
You've reached and banked your £5,000 target. That money will go to the next round, but one of you will not. Remember, you'll have 10 seconds less. Which Dalek's got a wonky wheel? Who couldn't find their way out of a 1960s police box? Time to vote off. The weakest link.
In an impressive first round, Andrew is the strongest link. Statistically, Camille is the weakest link. But
You know what I never could understand when watching this back in the day? If they had a perfect first round, how the fuck did they work out who a weakest link is? They didn't get a question wrong, they got them all right. So what's it determined by? Because I know who banks the most money is a factor as well, but it doesn't matter who banked the most money because you got to the top. Only one person banks in a perfect round, so I don't get how they determined that.
will the other players realise this?
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
K9.
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 What?
K9.
David!
K9.
Is your loyal companion?
9.
K9.
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 What's up, Doc?
Oh, listen, it's scary enough. Don't expect me to improvise.
So you're actually Scottish, aren't you?
I am actually Scottish.
Yes.
Did your accent go through a gateway into another galaxy?
It often does.
Was it your idea to be sexy in the show?
Taking my cue from you, Anne.
Can you remember?
You know, he was the best looking Doctor Who, though, it has to be said. The rest of them were all old men or Christopher Eccleston.
How K9 introduced himself?
Uh,
Let me remind you. K9,
Mistress.
Mistress?
did you call me mistress?
Affirmative.
Affirmative.
Caught on fast. How did you introduce yourself at the start?
As the Doctor's faithful friend, Mistress.
don't
Exactly.
make it any harder, mate. You're the only one I don't have to look in the eye.
He saved your life.
I helped him out a couple of times too.
Why are you getting rid of him?
Like I say, he's the only one I don't have to look in the eye. I know that's cowardly.
So, Noel.
Yes, baby.
As Mickey, Rose is your girlfriend.
Rose is kind of my on-off girlfriend, but the moment I knew I was coming here, she was out the door, man. Because I'm thinking that, you know, me and you, get me, like, we could have kids. Chocolate orange.
Chocolate orange!
Don't put me off my...
Chocolate orange! No way! That's it. Me and you get me. Chocolate orange. There is chocolate orange, yeah?
Stride, Noel. Don't put me off my stride, Noel.
Onto my stride.
So Rose is your girlfriend until he comes along.
Yeah.
How did that work? Because you're really better looking than he is, aren't you?
Well,
No.
different strokes for different folks. I happen to think David is equally good looking to me.
K9 saved your life as well.
I don't really think he did.
He did.
Why are you getting rid of him?
Because a lot of people have labelled me the tin dog. I was actually annoyed because he's the real tin dog, so he can tin away.
I'm so sorry, K9.
Sacrifice is necessary, mistress.
Oh.
You are the weakest link.
Affirmative, mistress. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Oh. God, you know, you just, when you look back at it now as a fully grown adult, you do see it, don't you? It does look like some pathetic Year 5 arts and crafts project. You know, he's one of the main characters in the BBC's longest running, in the world's longest running sci-fi TV show. One of the main characters, most well known. But look at it! It looks like a 10-year-old put it together in his dad's garage one weekend. But we love him.
The walk of shame was a necessary concomitant of my sacrifice. However, my tail is not between my legs. This was victory in defeat. I am still fully functional, still able to assist Dr. Master.
Have £5,000. We are now taking 10 seconds off your...
I've got a funny feeling the reason why he was voted off, that was set up first. That was set up. So I'm pretty sure I've heard some stories about how that model was notorious for constantly breaking down during filming. That's why he was, you know, very limited as a character. He was only in maybe one episode every series because it just wouldn't work. I think that's why they voted him off first, because they didn't have any other choice.
We'll start with the strongest link in the last round. That's Andrew. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Andrew, on a standard clock face, the hands rotate in which direction? Clockwise or anti-clockwise?
Clockwise.
Correct. Camille. In the traditional children's party game, blindfolded players have to pin which body part onto a donkey?
A tail.
Correct, Nick.
Oh, yeah.
Tracy Ann Oberman was called...
Do you know, I never played that in my childhood. Yeah, I've heard of that, but I never played it. Isn't that an old-fashioned game, though? So it's loads of parties as a kid, and that was never, you know, it was all past the parcel. Musical chairs or statues. What's the one where you have to stand still? Dance, you move around, then when the music stops playing, yeah. But never played pin, yeah, no.
The nation's most popular...
A tail.
Correct, Nick. Tracy Ann Oberman was called the nation's most popular murderess after her character Chrissy Watts killed which notorious EastEnders villain?
Dirty Den.
Yeah,
Correct.
Dirty Den,
Yeah.
Den
In language,
Watts.
what H is both a term of endearment and a sweet substance produced by bees?
Honey.
Correct.
Bang.
John, in geography, Italy is a country in the southern part of which continent?
Europe.
Europe.
Correct, Noel. In art, what O is the name of a colour of the rainbow?
Orange.
Orange.
Correct. Tracy Ann. In gadgetry, the electronic
Orange.
device used by the Doctor to open locks, repair equipment, and
Sonic
intercept
screwdriver.
signals is called a sonic what?
Screwdriver.
Correct, David. In music, a carol is a song or hymn that is most often associated with which Christian festival?
Christmas.
Correct, Andrew.
Bank.
In cartoons, which large grey land mammals are frequently portrayed as being afraid of mice?
Elephants.
Elephants.
Correct, Camille. In TV, Anton Deck, Donna Eyre and Andrew Hayden Smith have all appeared in which long-running children's drama series?
Biker Grove, is it?
Donna Eyre and Andrew Hayden Smith have all appeared in which long-running children's drama series?
I think it's Biker Grove.
Pass.
Biker Grove.
Yeah.
Nick, in the
thought it
popular
was.
drink called a gin and tonic, which of the named ingredients contains alcohol?
Gin.
Gin.
Correct, Claire. In entertainment, what J precedes Sparrow and Harkness to give the full names of
Jack.
two on-screen captains?
Jack.
Correct, John. Unlike a human who has one and an octopus, which has three, the character called the Doctor has how many hearts?
2.
2.
Correct, no.
Bank.
After the former Spice Girl with the surname Adams married a famous footballer in
Victoria
1999, she
Beckham.
became known as Victoria who?
Beckham.
Correct, Tracy Ann. In the Gregorian calendar, the year 2345 is in which century?
21st.
Pass. 24th. Date in a...
I hate the Gregorian calendar. I hate it. What's someone wearing? Roman? Is it the Roman calendar wearing? Why is there different calendars? We only live in one time, don't we? Fuck off.
Disparaging reference, which aspiring conquerors of the universe have been described as resembling pepper pots on wheels?
The Daleks.
Correct, Andrew. In chemistry, the temperature at which a liquid changes into a vapour is called its boiling what?
Point.
Point.
Correct. Camille. In pets, when a canine has behaved well, it is customary to say what? Bad wolf or good doggy?
Good doggy.
Bad wolf?
Correct. Nick,
Correct.
in cinema, Claire Rushbrook's first big role was playing a moody teenager in the 1996 Meiklem film entitled Secrets and What?
Lies.
Lies.
Correct, Claire. Time's up. Your bank was in time, your answer was correct, and you banked £3,100. Don't
What?
clap,
Don't clap.
because you had a chain of 9 correct answers, so you could have reached £5,000.
Yep. Could have.
Who
Coulda, woulda,
thinks
coulda.
Gallifrey is where Jesus fed the 5,000? Who thinks a Hoovian is made by Dyson?
Hoovian!
Time to vote off the weakest link.
For the second round in a row, our strongest link. The weakest link is Tracy Ann. But
Our strongest link.
will the votes reflect the statistics?
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Tracy Ann.
Tracy Ann.
Camille.
Tracy Ann. Camille.
Nick.
Tracy Ann.
Tracy Ann.
Bye, Tracy. What was the character's name in EastEnders? Was it Chrissy Watts? Pretty sure it was, wasn't it?
So, John, does Jack...
The only thing she's one of the people I can always remember from watching EastEnders in childhood, because whenever she smiled at someone, as soon as they turned round, she just went, went from smiling at them to just... That's the main thing I can remember about EastEnders as a kid, and that's about it.
Jack like
doing
men or
that.
women?
Jack likes a bit of both. He's a modern kind of guy. Anything with a postcode.
Anything with a
Jack wouldn't mind
postcode?
joining you and Noel afterwards.
Is it the Canadian chocolate orange with a bit of maple syrup, yeah?
It's okay, mister.
Because we know you for many other things. The golden boy of musicals.
Yes,
Are we going to hear a little of your voice?
I will do anything for you, mistress.
That Doctor Who theme tune.
Yeah, I'll sing that for you if you want.
love how David just joins in. It's like a reflex for him. It doesn't even sound the same.
Tracy Ann,
Oh, God.
the former head of Torchwood.
Yes,
You're leading Torchwood now.
correct.
Why are you getting rid of her?
Partially because she got the question wrong, but also I have to go back to the whole...
She led it better.
Well, no, I have to go back to the whole Torchwood
She didn't
thing.
lead it better.
She didn't lead it better.
You lead it better.
I lead it much better. Yeah.
She nearly ended the world when she led Torchwood.
No.
Remind me what you do in Doctor Who.
A bit of this.
Is that it?
I've accidentally turned my screen off.
Nah, no you haven't. It's still on.
It's okay, function has been restored.
How do you feel about being responsible for terrifying children throughout the country?
I think it's very healthy.
Yeah.
Oh, Tracy Ann.
Character
Well,
building.
I'm quite annoyed that...
That's another thing I never understood. How, that's one thing you hear growing up in Britain, back in the day, that the Daleks used to terrify children. I never understood that. They're not scary at all. To me, they're funny. They can barely move. A decent sprint and you're away. How did they used to scare kids?
Do it in your voice.
I like Camille. And I did an eeny, meeny, miny, mo between her and Tracy Ann.
Right.
Tracy Ann.
Yes, sir.
Can you pinpoint the exact moment when your brain turned to mush?
About 12 weeks ago when I gave birth to my baby. As she came out, they obviously took my brain.
Is it Tracy Ann Cyberman?
Yes.
Tracy Ann, you are the weak link. Bye.
Goodbye.
I need to go back to the drawing board and look up about the Gregorian calendar. I heard the word Gregorian and I assumed the next word was going to be charmed. I feel a bit of a fool.
Yeah,
I
Gregorian
think I based
charm.
Yvonne Hartman on Anne Robinson. Sort of no nonsense. Anne would be turned into a Cyberman. Maybe Anne already is a Cyberman.
Round 3 and you have £8,100. Another 10 seconds coming off the time. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round. That's Andrew. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Andrew, in cookery, what B is the usual name given to part of a chicken or turkey that provides the white meat?
Breast.
Correct.
Yeah.
Camille, in gardening, hand, rotary, cylinder and hover are all types of which machine?
Lawnmower. I think. Yeah.
Could you repeat the question, please?
In gardening, hand, cylinder and hover are all types of which machine?
Spade.
Spade! Hold on, yeah, I'm just going to go do a bit of gardening. Where did I leave my hover spade? You silly cow!
Lawnmower.
Oh!
Nick,
Oh!
in sport, be quiet. Which American golfer won his 12th major title at the 2006 US PGA Championship at the Medina Club in Chicago?
Tiger Woods.
Daleks do not like sport.
Tiger Woods. Claire. In language, which word for the cry of a duck is also a slang term for a fraudulent doctor?
Quack.
Quack, yeah.
Correct. John, in technology, canning, freeze-drying and pickling are 3 methods commonly used to preserve what? Food items or skin tone?
Food.
Food items.
Correct, Noel. In pop music, what is the title of the 1998 UK #1 single by Billy Piper that asked in the lyrics, "Why you gotta play that song so loud"?
Because we want to.
Correct, David. In TV, the science fiction series first shown in
Never listened to
1989
her.
featuring the time-travelling character Dr. Sam Beckett was called Quantum what?
Leap.
Correct, Andrew.
Bank.
In human anatomy, which word for the stomach goes before button in an alliterative term for the navel?
Belly.
Belly.
Correct. Camille, in religion, according to the authorised version of the Bible, Jacob made his son Joseph a coat of many what?
Colours.
Correct. Nick, in Doctor Who, the home planet of the Time Lords is called what?
Gallifrey.
Garibaldi.
Gallifrey.
Correct, Claire. In horror films, in 1931, the same year that Boris Karloff starred as the monster in Frankenstein, Bela Lugosi played which screen vampire?
Dracula.
Dracula.
Correct, John.
Bang.
The name of which
Vampire,
basic
I know.
foodstuff is an anagram of the word beard?
Bread. Bread.
Pass.
Bread. Noel, in maths, what is 258 minus 158?
100.
Correct, David. Which letter
I
of the
hate
alphabet
maths.
appears in the word dangle, but not in the word gland?
E.
E.
Correct, Andrew.
Bank.
David Tennant's real-life landlady in the 1990s who Time's up. I can't complete the question. And you only banked £2,000. Who hides behind the sofa when Mastermind comes on? It's time to vote on the weakest link.
The statistics reveal that Camille is the weakest link. Andrew remains the strongest link.
Again?
But who will the team want off?
Voting over.
He's got some brains, as our Andrew. Can't remember the character's name that he played.
It's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
All I remember is that him and Mickey or Ricky were... I'm sure they were in a relationship. Is that right, or is it somebody else?
Camille.
Andrew.
What?
Nick. Nick.
Nick.
Camille.
Camille.
We have a tie team.
Yeah, thought so.
Camille and Nick, 2 votes each. Camille,
Yes.
in Doctor Who, you play a desperate middle-aged slapper.
Camille, in Doctor Who, you play a desperate middle-aged slapper. True. She basically spent every episode trying to get into the Doctor's pants, so that's true, yep.
Why do you think they chose you for the job?
Probably because, yes, no. I think the audition went really well.
Tell me, Camille, in real life,
Yeah,
do you live in a high-rise?
no.
I wondered, because you've not heard of a lawnmower, have you?
I don't garden, I'm sorry. I know I'm rubbish, I'm sorry.
Why are you getting rid of Nick?
Spade.
I honestly thought that everyone was going to go for me, so I thought Nick would be safe.
What were the options? Hover, cylinder, and something else. Was it hand? Cylinder, spade? Hover, spade? When have you ever heard of a hover spade?
Not very convincing. So, Nick, you've never heard of Tiger Woods?
Vaguely.
Do Daleks not play golf?
They don't.
There's no arms.
Why would they? They're covered in their own balls. Sorry.
Tell me why Camille in your Dalek voice.
Because her block of flats is too high for us to get her.
No, it's not. Daleks can fly.
Now, when the vote's tied, the strongest link has to cast the deciding vote, and the strongest link was Andrew.
Oh.
Andrew, in Doctor Who,
He didn't vote for
is
Camille.
your character from Planet Hair Gel?
No.
Why did you vote for Nick?
Because I voted for Camille last time, so I thought I would give her a break. And he got the question wrong.
Okay, well, you've got a choice now between Nick or Camille, who couldn't remember you were in Biker Grove.
She did know though, didn't
I did know it. Just didn't come out.
That's been quite a problem all the way along. Okay, are you sticking with Nick?
Yeah, I'll stick with the same answer. Sorry, Nick.
Nick, you are the weakest link.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. You've been exterminated.
I've got a funny feeling it will be Camille next. She has an air of defeat about her. You know, she sort of keeps going, oh God, no. So yeah, probably Camille.
Oh, Aer Lingus. I like flying Aer Lingus on Flight Simulator. It's a nice livery.
Round 4, and you have £10,100. Another 10 seconds coming off the time. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round. That's Andrew. Let's Play. The weakest link. Start the clock. Andrew, the expression related to culinary technology that means to make rapid progress is cooking with what? Gas or wind?
Gas.
Gas.
Correct. Camille. In pop music, the lyrics, and through it all she offers me protection, a lot of love and affection are from which UK hit single by Robbie Williams?
Angels. She's singing it!
Angels.
Correct, Claire.
Correct!
The 1990 film comedy starring Eric Idle as a former gangster and Camille Kajuri as his girlfriend is entitled Nuns on the What?
Run.
Correct. John,
Never
in
heard of it.
quotations, which artist said in 1968 that in the future everybody will be world famous for 15 minutes?
Andy Warhol.
Correct, Noel. In science, if the abbreviation for the name of an element is called a chemical symbol, the equivalent term for a compound is a chemical what?
Pass.
Formula. David, which TV drama series about a group of British builders working abroad featured Noel Clarke in 2002 as the son of one of the original characters?
Oh, read it in bet.
Correct.
Bank.
Andrew, in language, what A is an 11-letter word expressing agreement that can also be used as a substitute for the answer yes?
Affirmative.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
In language, what A is an 11-letter word expressing agreement that can
It's the
also...
only long word beginning with A that means yes that I can think of. Affirmative.
also be used as a substitute.
Yeah, affirmative. 11 letters.
Substitute for the answer yes.
Pass.
Affirmative. Camille, in fashion retail, a store employee who works with individual customers to help them choose clothes is known as a what shopper?
Personal.
Personal.
Correct. Claire, in Doctor Who, Simon Pegg played the editor who was in charge of an orbital news station called what? Satellite 5 or Babylon 5?
Satellite 5.
Babylon 5.
Satellite 5. John.
You were on it! Well, no, you weren't on the... No, you were on the show! Not that episode, though.
Which adventurer, librarian and spy born in Venice in 1725 claimed in his autobiography to have slept with 122 women?
Casanova?
Correct, Noel. In a phrase referring to a person who is a corrupting influence among good people, which fruit is described as rotten?
Apple.
Apple.
Correct, David. In human development, it is normal during childhood for which 20 items that grow in the head to loosen and gradually fall out?
Teeth.
Correct, Andrew.
Bank.
In electronics, the device used by Nick Briggs to convey the voice of the Daleks is called a ring what?
Microphone.
Modulator.
Did you help him?
No.
David! He gave me the answer!
I'm deaf in my right ear.
Are you pretending you helped him?
Are you pretend?
Time's up. And you won a pathetic £450. Whose fault was that? Who's got time and space between their ears? It's time to vote off. Lucas Lynn.
According to the statistics, the strongest link is John. Claire is the weakest link. But will the other players notice this when casting their votes?
Voting over. It's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Claire.
Claire.
Noel.
No.
Camille.
Claire.
Bye, Claire.
Andrew.
Look at K9's tiny podium.
As Mickey. No.
Yes, baby.
As Mickey.
Stop
you must
flirting!
be mad about Rose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You bump into Andrew's character and you disappear, don't you? Off into the sunset with him.
No,
I
it's not
thought
really
so.
Like,
I
we
was-
go to fight.
I
the
remembered
Cybermen,
that.
because Mickey is very much like me. Is that he
Dashingly handsome.
yeah, and for the women like yourself.
I definitely remember something between them two.
Look how Dr. Jocks voted this time.
I know.
Could you explain that?
Dr. Jock! Excuse me, I won't have that. You see the flag on the wall?
Well, you know, the Doctor and Mickey have a kind of tenuous relationship. It did get better with the 10th Doctor, so I'm quite surprised by.
I'm sorry, I do.
No one's asking you.
No, okay.
Why, Claire?
Babylon 5? I mean, that's a whole different show.
Yeah.
Why, Claire?
Well, kind of hurt me that she didn't know it was Satellite 5, because that's kind of where Jack had his comeuppance with the Daleks, and also where I came back to Earth from.
Claire, are you sure you were in Doctor Who?
I was, yeah. I came in for 2 episodes, but I don't know everything about it.
You don't know Babylon 5 from Satellite 5?
I didn't. It was a complete guess.
And as a result, Claire...
Yeah, but I'm trying to remember which episode she was in. I think it was the one with... They go down a pit. I just remember her and Doctor Who in that orange suit that the Doctor wears, like astronaut suit, and they're down a pit and they get stuck down there. But I'm trying to remember what else happened in that episode. I think it's the one where they also get stuck on a spaceship. They'll land on a spaceship or a research or something. And it's flying into a black hole. Pretty sure that's... Yeah, I think so.
Claire, you are the weak link. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
It's a fair cop that I got voted off in that round, because I could have done more homework about Doctor Who, Torchwood, etc.
But I
didn't. And yeah, it was an unlucky guess.
4-letter word meaning inordinately proud of one's appearance.
Did you say V?
What V is a 4-letter word meaning inordinately proud?
Vain.
Correct. Noel. In sporting cliches, a disappointed footballer is often said to be as sick as which bird?
A parrot.
Correct. David. In cities, what is the capital of Denmark?
Copenhagen.
Bruges.
Copenhagen.
Bruges.
Andrew. The title Primate of all England refers to a high-ranking what, monkey or archbishop?
The what?
Monkey.
I didn't even hear that.
Archbishop.
I didn't even hear that.
Camille. In motoring, what is the name of the gear that causes a vehicle to move in a backwards direction?
Reverse.
Reverse.
Yes!
Thanks.
John. In
Yes!
theatre, the actress performing the principal female roles, such as Maria in The Sound of Music, is known alliteratively as a leading what?
Leading lady.
Correct, Noel. In the 1960s TV puppet series Captain Scarlet, what I, meaning unbreakable, was the word applied to the title character?
Invincible.
No, indestructible. David, according to a saying documented by the 16th century writer John Haywood, which celestial body is made of green cheese?
The moon.
The moon.
Correct, Andrew. In stereotyping, John Barrowman was turned down for the sitcom Will and Grace because he was considered what? Too gay or too straight?
Too straight. I remember that.
Too straight.
Correct.
I remember hearing that, yeah.
Camille. In
Thanks.
cinema, Tom Hanks was the star and Ron Howard the director of which 2006 film based on a best-selling novel by Dan Brown?
Oh, wait. Oh. I want to say the Da Vinci Code. I'll go with that.
Da Vinci Code.
John, what O is the word used to describe products that are grown with artificial fertilizers and pesticides? Correct, Noel. In human beings, the adjective virile to the characteristics of which sex?
Male.
Correct, David. The hyphenated term meaning apprehension or nervousness, first used by an American cartoonist in the 1920s, is Hebe what?
GBs.
Correct, Andrew.
Bank.
In idioms, which of these is a common phrase meaning the genuine article? Sylvester McCoy or the real McCoy?
Real
The
McCoy.
real McCoy.
Correct, Camille. In the play Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie, which animal has swallowed a clock?
A crocodile.
Alligator.
The crocodile.
Oh, you could have given her
John.
that.
In TV, Anthony Head, who played a bat-like alien headmaster in Doctor Who, starred in the... Time's up, I can't complete the question. And you put in the kitty a very disappointing £850.
It's not going that great anymore.
Who's the Time Lord and who's the Time Waster? It's time to vote off. The weakest link.
The strongest link statistically is John. David is the weakest link.
Oh no!
But whose game is over?
Don't vote David off. I
Voting
want to see
over.
him get to the final
It's
at
time to
least.
reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Andrew.
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 Noel.
David ain't going nowhere.
Andrew.
So, David,
Yeah.
does the Doctor not travel in Northern Europe?
No. He only goes to London.
He tends to stick to London mostly, if I'm honest.
Yep.
I'm so humiliated I said Bruges. I'm never going to live that down, am I?
No. I mean, it's in an entirely different country. It's not even in the same part of Europe. It's in Belgium.
Do you think Andrew was the worst player?
I think there was a bunch of us all got one question wrong, wasn't there?
Andrew's been a very strong player.
He has, actually, to be fair.
I know. I have him down to the family.
Fucking slag.
Andrew, who do you think was the worst player?
Me?
That's correct.
I got one wrong.
So, Camille, you're not doing much for the reputation of blondes, are you?
I'm awful. I'm sorry. Tonight, I'm really awful. I'm brilliant at home.
Why are you getting rid of
We
Andrew?
all are.
I think he'd like a break. Little drinking.
He'd like a break.
Andrew, you weren't the worst player because you actually banked £250. But it's votes that count. Andrew, you are the weakest link. Bye.
I was absolutely terrified.
What is going on with that tie? For God's sake. Who dressed him for this episode? Well, yeah, the dress code was obviously smart cash. And he went with the cash.
When I came face to face with Anne Robinson, she's pretty intimidating in the flesh, and actually, the Cybermen have got nothing on her.
Round 6 and you're up to £11,400. Another 10 seconds coming off the time. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round. That's John. Let's play the weakest link. John, which of the 3 standard items of cutlery consists essentially of a handle and a bowl?
Spoon.
Correct, no. In science, what T precedes imaging to give a 2-word term for the detection of an object based on its temperature?
Thermal.
Correct, David. In maths, what is 21 plus 43?
64.
Correct, Camille. According to legend, the only way to kill a werewolf is with a bullet made of which precious metal?
Silver.
Correct. John, in theatre programmes, the names of the cast are often listed in order of their what, appearance or height?
Appearance.
Appearance.
Correct, no. Someone who is seen as very important but only within a limited sphere is said to be a big fish in a small what?
Pond.
Correct, David. The 1987 novelty song by The Firm that includes the line, "It's life, Jim, but not as we know it," was a parody of which cult TV series?
Star Trek.
Correct, Camille. In jewellery, when it is grown under controlled natural conditions in the sea, which gem is described as cultured?
Pearls.
Pearl.
Correct. John, in definitions, a person performing a volte-face goes through a complete change of what, opinion or clothes?
Opinion.
Opinion.
Correct, Noel. In psychic research, the letters ESP stand for extrasensory what?
Perception.
Correct,
Bang.
David. In a 2006 episode entitled Tooth and Claw, the Doctor meets which British monarch who becomes the
Queen
founder
Victoria.
of the Torchwood Institute?
Queen Victoria.
Correct, Camille. In media, the major national newspaper called Die Zeit is published in which European country?
Germany.
Germany.
Correct!
Blank.
John, in astronomy, what D is a word that can follow red, white and brown to make the names of 3 different types of stars?
Dwarf.
Pass.
Dwarf. No. In the USA, the abbreviation for the state of Hawaii spells which common 2-letter word of greeting?
Hi.
Correct, David. In the early 1950s, which actor spent 6 years in a monastic order before doing his national service? Tom. Time's up.
She couldn't complete that question. Does anybody know the rest of that question and answer? A monastic order? What's that? Is that like Freemasons or something?
I can't complete the question. You banked £1,750.
Bit better.
You had a chain of 12 correct answers.
Oh, man.
So yet again, you could have reached your target. So,
I don't understand why she used to berate the teams about that this far in the game. I mean, if it happened in the first or second round, then yeah, because the questions are easy. But you just don't know if the next person's going to get it wrong, so you say bank, don't you?
has Noel been taking the mickey?
Haha.
Does the Doctor need medical help? Is John now out of tune? Or is Camille just thick?
Oh.
Vote off.
Getting it tighter, isn't she?
With the most right answers, Noel is statistically the strongest link. John goes from being the strongest link in the last round to the weakest in this. But who will survive the vote?
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Camille.
Again.
John.
Camille.
John.
Tie.
Well, we have another tie team. John and Camille have 2 votes each. John,
Yes.
why Camille?
Well, David had said earlier we're keeping it all in the family, you know, first. Well, the family's all here. But we have to now start thinking about the charities. So that's why I just had to.
Camille,
Yes.
why John?
This is really boring, but I thought that John was going to be safe. And also, he's so good. He's too good. Oh, and he's gorgeous.
Okay, when the vote's tied, the strongest link has to cast the deciding vote. And the strongest link was Noel. Why did you vote for John?
He got the dwarf star question wrong, and I think he was the only person that got one wrong, I think.
You have a choice. You can stick with John or change to Camille.
I'm going to stick with John.
John was the worst player. He was the only one to get a question wrong. Camille actually answered all her questions correctly and banked £750. John, you are the weakest link. Bye.
Anne is something very different from the aliens that we deal with in Torchwood. The only thing that she has in common with the aliens, she's got attitude. And Jack finds that sexy. If Anne were ever to come onto Torchwood, I think that Jack and Anne would create some waves.
Round 7, and you have £13,150. 3 of you left, another 10 seconds coming off the time. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round, that's Noel. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Noel, in art, what is the usual English name for the colour that is known in French as rose?
Red.
Red.
Pink. David, in pop music, my generation...
No, because in... Rosso. Red in Italian is rosso. And, you know, all languages in Europe, they're all, you know, they're very similar. You find a lot of words that mean the same, they seem similar, that mean the same things. Oh.
And pinball...
Red.
Pink. David, in pop music, My Generation and Pinball Wizard were UK hit singles of the 1960s for which rock group?
The Who.
The Who.
Correct. Camille.
Thank.
What E means to destroy utterly and is used by humans with reference to pests such as rats and by dialects about pests such as humans.
Exterminate.
Correct. Noel, in which Olympic sport that is part of the modern pentathlon are competitors warned to get ready for a bout with the words on guard?
Fencing.
Fencing.
Correct, David. In the Austin Powers films, the arch-enemy of the title character is called Dr. What?
Evil.
Correct, Camille.
Bang.
In horse racing, the slang term pony is betting parlance for how many pounds?
Pass.
25. Noel, in a threat that is rarely carried out literally, which parts of the body might a furious person say he will have begarters?
Guts.
Guts.
Correct, David. In circus equipment, what T is the term for a horizontal bar hanging by 2 ropes and free to swing?
Trapeze.
Correct. Camille, which word of religious origin precedes mackerel, smoke and cow to make 3 exclamations of surprise?
Holy.
Correct. Noel.
Bang.
Which landmark is depicted on the cover of the Pink Floyd album Animals and in 2006 featured in Doctor Who as the site of the cyber factory?
The moon? I don't know.
The power station.
Correct, David. In folklore, the strange light that is said to lead travellers away from well-trodden paths into treacherous bogs is called Willow the what?
Wisp.
Correct,
Yeah,
Camille.
I knew
In
that.
biology, given the same volume, which bodily tissue weighs more, muscle or fat?
Fat.
Muscle.
Correct.
Bang.
Noel, in TV, most associated with the 3rd incarnation of the Doctor is...
I got my wires crossed with that because the skin is the largest organ in the body, so that's what I was thinking. Skin, fat, you know, the skin is basically fat.
Time's up. I
probably
can't
not,
complete
but,
the
you know.
question, and you won £1,600. Now, in round 8, you get the chance to
treble
what you bank, which means in the next round there is £15,000 to be won.
But it won't be won.
Before that, it's time to vote on.
Right, so it's Noel, Camille and David. I hope in the final it's... I just hope David's in the final. I don't care who else is. I just hope David's in the final.
Weakest link.
For the first time in the game, David is the strongest link. Camille is statistically the weakest link. But who will be taking the final walk of
Noel
shame?
and David, it's looking like.
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Come on.
David.
Reveal who you think is the weakest link.
David.
What?
No.
Say Noel then.
David.
What?
Well, if I was David, I know where I'd put the sonic screwdriver.
Yeah?
No.
Oh my
Did
God.
you think David was the worst player?
No.
Why are you getting rid of him?
I would never, ever have voted David, but he voted me earlier, and it was really uncalled for, because I wasn't the worst player, and so...
Really?
Payback, man.
It's not about payback, it's about the charity.
Camille, what's your excuse?
He voted for me earlier and I thought, oh, all right, I'll just do David.
Oh my God.
But you know I love you, don't you?
Well, it's too late. We've moved on.
David, I think you're gorgeous.
God bless you, Anne. Feelings entirely mutual.
But you are the weakest link. Bye.
I love David.
I don't know that Anne would be a particularly successful companion for the Doctor. I think Anne would be the 11th Doctor. In fact, I think she's probably lined up already to take over as soon as I leave. Camille was determined she was going out in the first round, so it might be quite funny if she makes it to the end as the eventual winner.
Round 8, you have £14,750. Two of you...
I don't want to go. That line kills me every time. I don't want to go.
Left in this round, there's 90 seconds, but whatever you win will be trebled. You voted off the strongest link from the last round. Shame.
Shame.
So we'll start with the second strongest, that's Noel. Let's play. Start the clock.
Whoever's uploaded this and edited it, oh, you shite.
Noel, in science, the alliterative name for an energy source that is derived from the petrified remains of ancient organic matter is fossil what?
Fuel.
Pass.
Fuel. Camille, in France, what V is the name of the town southwest of Paris that is famous for its palace built in the 17th century for Louis XIV?
Versailles.
Correct. No. In TV, although their acting styles are very different, Gillian, who starred in The X-Files, and Pamela, who was in Baywatch, share what surname?
Anderson.
Anderson.
Correct, Camille. In spelling, according to the old joke, the words psychology and a swimming pool are alike because in both of them you get a silent what?
Pass.
P. Noel, in Doctor Who, the 6 words, don't you think she looks tired, bring down a government run by whom? Tony Blair or Harriet Jones?
Harriet Jones.
Correct, Camille. In fashion, what name was given to the skirt that was popularised by Mary Quant in 1965 when she made it several inches shorter?
Short. Oh, miniskirt.
The Mini.
Correct, Noel.
Bang.
In common British birds, the underparts of blue tits are which other primary colour?
Yellow.
Sorry, say that again?
In common
Blue
British
tits.
birds,
Yellow, aren't
the
they?
underparts of
White and
blue
yellow.
tits
Or is it
are
white?
which other primary
No,
colour?
yellow.
Blue.
Yellow. Camille,
Bang.
in the novel Gulliver's Travels by Jonathan Swift, what ale is the name of the land of the little people?
Lilliput.
Correct, Noel.
Bang.
In the TV series Mission Impossible, which words of encouragement always followed the line, this tape will self-destruct in 5 seconds?
Good luck.
Pass.
Good luck. Camille, in world...
Never watched the film, but sounds
Okay,
like
your time is up and you
it sounds like a cheesy catchphrase that would follow something like that. Good luck.
won £600, which we will treble. That means prize money tonight of £16,550, which only one of you can take away. So
Not bad.
now you'll play against each other, up to 5 questions
Can't
each.
believe she's got to the
If there's a
final after
tie,
that bloody spade debacle. Jeez.
I will go for sudden death until we have
Have a winner.
Therefore, Noel and Camille, For £16,550, let's play the weakest link. Camille, it's the strongest link in the last round. You have the choice of who goes first.
Strongest?
I'll go first.
Camille, in which musical do two children write an advert seeking a nanny who must have a cheery disposition, rosy cheeks, no warts, play games,
Mary Poppins.
all sorts?
Mary Poppins.
That is the correct answer. Noel, in folklore, in most versions of the story of Robin Hood, which king is on the English throne, although absent fighting in the Crusades?
I know it, but I can't think of it.
Richard.
I'll accept. Richard or Richard I?
Yeah.
Camille, in cinema, which word derived from the Greek for Mother City links the setting for Superman with a classic 1927 film by Fritz Lang?
What?
Metropolis.
That is the correct answer. Noel. The 1990s UK hit single entitled Paranoid Android by Radiohead was named after a science fiction character created by which author?
Pass.
The correct answer is Douglas Adams. Camille, which Swedish scientist is thought to have set up his international prize fund after being disappointed at reading the contents of his premature obituary?
Nobel, I think. The Nobel Prize is Swedish, isn't it? It's awarded in Sweden, I think. But what's his first name? Is it Robert? Nobel.
How about Einstein?
The correct answer is Alfred Nobel.
Alfred Nobel.
No, which three-word hyphenated expression that suggests continental naughtiness is a literal French translation of the phrase, "Oh, there, there"?
Pass.
The correct answer is ooh la la.
Oh, really?
Camille, in a nuclear family, how many children are there if the third eldest child is also the second youngest?
3? 4? I don't know. I don't have one.
3.
The correct answer is 4.
Oh, 4, I was right.
No. In the 1977 film Star Wars, what was the name of the spaceship that, according to its pilot, made the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs?
I don't do Star Wars. I've watched one Star Wars film in my life, and that was the one with Liam Neeson. And I can only think of 2 ships in it. That's the Death Star and the Millennium Falcon. But I don't think the Death Star's a ship. I think it's something else, so I'll go with the Millennium Falcon.
The Millennium Falcon.
That is the correct answer. Camille, in astronomy in the Northern Hemisphere, the constellation named after which hero of classical mythology is alternatively known as the Strong Man?
Orion's Belt.
A.
Hercules.
The correct answer is Hercules.
Ah, did it? Yes!
No, look-
Hercules! I don't know why I thought of Orion. Hercules!
According to a 2006 study by the Oxford English Dictionary, which 4-letter word is the most commonly used noun in the English language?
Okay.
Oh. I don't know.
Okay.
The correct answer is time.
Time.
After 5 questions each, your scores are tied. Camille and Noel, let's play Sudden Death. Camille, the ethical teachings of which Chinese philosopher born in the 6th century BC are often quoted in sayings as examples of wisdom?
Oh, God, I know this as well, but I can't think of the name. I don't know. I can't think of the name.
Confucius.
That is the correct answer. Noel. According to his creator Colin Dexter, Inspector Morse had the first name Endeavour because his father was an admirer of which explorer?
No idea. You don't know it.
Columbus.
The correct answer is Hook.
She won! No way! Gotta give you that, love. Well done.
You are tonight's strongest link, and you go away with £16,550. What are you going to do with the money?
Half is going to multiple sclerosis, and half is going to children that are carers.
Wow. I like that second one.
No. You leave
with nothing. Join us again for the weakest link. Goodbye.
I didn't really mind losing in the final to Camille because the money's all going to charity anyway. And to be honest, I was kind of getting tired. I wanted to lose so I could get ready and prepare for my date with Anne.
I can't believe I've won. I was pants in the beginning, and I thought, oh, I'm so gone. I have to go. And really listened in the end. It's amazing, isn't it? Can't believe it.
Wow, how about that? Camille won. Well, if I did watch this back in the day, I don't remember that. But yeah, that's the end of the Weakest Link Doctor Who special. That was really good, actually. I enjoyed that. Hope I didn't make myself look too stupid. But yeah, it was fun. You can't beat a celebrity special. You can tell that the questions are toned down a lot compared to the regular civilian versions. But yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed it too. And I can't believe she won. Spade. Just yeah, but you know, it happens a lot, doesn't it? In quiz shows, someone who gives a ridiculous answer to a question sometimes end up doing well in the long run. So let's end it there. I hope you enjoyed this. A little bit of random extra content for you. You know, you can take it or leave it. Makes no difference really, does it? But I just thought it would be nice to put something extra on for you. So, yep. Let me know what you think. There is a series on the Patreon called the Random Series where content like this is quite a regular thing. I just pick random videos on YouTube and do it. So, you know, stuff like this, Educating Manchester, random videos like this, they'll end up on there. I think I'm going to start the Obsessive Compulsive Cleaners series on Patreon as part of the documentary series. It's called the Discovery series, or the Random series, whichever. It's a documentary, isn't it, really? So it'll probably be part of the Discovery series. Yeah. But that was fun. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Please like. And let me know if you'd like to see more Weakest Link reactions / well, basically taking part. So, if you want to see me do this again, let me know. And there's loads of episodes on YouTube. So, there's a comedian special as well. I saw that when I was searching for this. So, yeah. Let me know what you think, and we'll do some more. We'll hang out with Anne in future, hopefully. Okay? Join us again for the Archman Reacts. Goodbye.